Today I'm watching Wandavision Season 1, Episode 3. The previous episode ended with their entire world, turning color. We still have that 4:3 aspect ratio, so I'm curious to see if that will continue. Wanda is now pregnant. We had this beekeeper character come out of the sewer. The women's Rotary Club, Dottie was introduced to them. They had the talent show. We had Vision's gears get stuck with a piece of gum after he met the people at the neighborhood watch. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what this is going to mean for the episode now that we're fully in color. We had a few scenes with color in the previous episode before it fully became colors. And we had this, ominous sound of Wanda, who's doing this to you, coming through the radio. So what does that mean? Yeah, I feel like it's a good start. I know there's only one season of the show. I feel like their pacing is really good. The previous episode felt like a good continuation, especially with them only being half-an-hour episodes. I feel like they're really adding in a lot of the story, and we definitely still had our comedic moments in the previous episode as well, so it's nice to see that continue. I'm really enjoying this series so far, so thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, we got a new title sequence. This one feels very Brady Bunch. That's what I'm getting. Very 60s. Yeah. And back to color, obviously. And that same shape is what we have at the outro when we pull back at the end. Such a cute montage. I love it. Yeah. Well, and just the creativity that goes into it, too, to have a new intro every episode for a 30-minute episode. So cool. These guys. Yeah, we're moving up a decade. Or is it maybe even 70s? I can't remember when Brady Bunch came out. I know it's 60s, 70s, somewhere in there.
Yep. Definitely pregnant.
Oh, thank God he's a doctor. And the house looks different. Yeah, the set, everything's so cool.
When a man and a woman love each other very much.
I'm so glad he's explaining it to them.
Or blue.
You're at about 4 months now. Is that right?
They have no idea, yeah.
It's say 12 hours.
Pardon? 12 hours?
Well, I think this line of questioning is fruitless.
Technically speaking, every new father-to-be gets nervous.
Well, I have nerves of steel, so there goes your theory, Mr. Doctor.
You see the doctor out.
Good idea.
Those stairs are very Brady Bunch. Yeah. And yeah, we saw them sleep together at the start of the previous episode, and now she's 4 months pregnant. Obviously it's speeding up very quickly.
Because, I don't know, everything's happening so quickly. We'd like to keep the news just in the family for right now, of course.
Yeah, what are the neighbors gonna say when suddenly she's 4 months pregnant, like they just saw her?
Bermuda, baby.
Yes.
What is he doing?
You've gotten bigger.
Have I?
Oh.
I can't tell from this angle.
Nesting. The overwhelming urge during pregnancy to clean, organize, and prepare the home for the new baby.
Yeah, she's definitely nesting now. Yeah. But with magical powers.
Wow. Oh, it's such a strange sensation. It's kind of fluttery.
Is she eating a grapefruit? Oh, there goes the butterflies.
Oh, darling. Oh. Hello, little fella. If that was the first kick, that puts you at about 6 months. Boy, oh boy, I thought I...
Baby's gonna be here by the afternoon.
Maybe I should sit down.
We have an understanding.
He's threatening this little doll.
Start the clock. Time.
That's a fast typer change. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's not working. I can still feel it.
It's interesting to see them try and navigate being first-time parents. Oh, and there goes the sink.
What's happening now?
Let's abandon the kitchen!
So fun. Yeah, she can't control her powers.
Do these earrings make me look fat?
Oh, thank God.
It's like, don't have to answer this one.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Did she just rewind again? Like she blinked and it went back? She didn't like that version of something being wrong. Okay, interesting. Can I do that? Can I just rewind?
Oh no, darling, are you alright?
This is a real one.
What?
I thought you said Friday afternoon.
I didn't consider that.
It grew like 2 months in like an hour. Why did you think you had till Friday? Oh, he's flying. Of course, she's the one calming him down. Yeah.
You're starting to think it was passing.
This?
Is that supposed to be her water breaking?
My water just broke.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, Mom. Oh.
The classic split screen. Yeah, for our fake commercial.
Well, I was just reading about the advantages of water births.
Now it won't stop raining. Oh, gosh. Industrial strength wind to dry it all.
Oh, shoot.
When in doubt, yeah, hide the pregnancy with a giant coat.
I think it's just here under the sea.
Now she's wearing a raincoat.
Yes, I am just looking.
Every time she has a contraction, her coat changes. Oh, a fur coat.
Bingo. Would you look at that?
All the bowls of fruit.
Wanda. Thank you. Yummy.
And I love playing it, like, we've seen that before in TV shows where they'll hide a pregnancy with, like, a big bag or, like, a basket of laundry or books or something. So, like, they're playing into that.
Job, right? Well, my boss, Mr. Haddix, he was going crazy yesterday.
A literal stork shows up behind her.
Oh, Wanda, he couldn't get out one word, let alone a whole pitch. So I'm trying.
Yeah, her powers aren't working. She can't get rid of this stork.
Like a... That's my new ice maker built right into the fridge.
Sure.
So I look at the client, and I look at Mr. Haddix's feet floating in the air next to me.
Oh my god, his fish pants.
Gravity O's.
A great style. I love her outfit. The blue eyeshadow.
In your spare room because I was hoping you wouldn't mind sharing with your good friend. Wait!
This stork, she's gonna think it's like a statue as it's perfectly placed.
I can explain.
No! The crib!
Well, secret's out now.
The baby's coming.
You're pregnant?
Yep, there we go.
Mr. Vision, well, is everything okay with the wife?
Yes, so long as we hurry.
He's like, come with me, I'll take you away.
You know you're breathing, right? Wanda, I can hear you.
As the paintings in the fireplace in the house is just, oh my gosh. There goes that light.
I may be late to the party, but I imagine there is a logical explanation for this. Oh, it's so perfectly natural! You're ready. Push, Wanda. Push!
And the house, yeah, just reacting to her contractions. And the very TV way of having it hide behind the couch. And yeah, oh, perfect baby. Here we go.
Oh, he's perfect.
She knew it was gonna be a boy. Yeah, Tommy or Billy.
Hey, Doc, why don't you help me out in the kitchen there?
We went so fast, it was like we were flying.
Ooh, you're strong.
Hello there, little Tommy.
heavens!
There's more? She's having twins? Oh my gosh. How many kids are in there? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Was not expecting that. Where are we going? Oh, those transitions. Well, now they got a Tommy and a Billy.
Allow me to walk you out, Doctor.
Oh, all right. As long as we actually walk.
He's like, no flying, please. Just normal pace for me.
You know, so hard to escape.
Is he part of the Truman Show? What does that mean? What's going on?
I'm a twin.
I don't know anything about the character's lore, so yeah. Oh, okay. I don't recognize...
By Ultron.
Oh, shoot. She's like, how do you know that? Yeah.
Hey, I'll take a shift rocking the babies.
No, I think you should leave.
Oh, Wanda, don't be like that.
Something's going on. Yeah. Is that an upside down cross? What?
Who are you?
Alright, things are looking real sus. What's going on? Spill it out.
Who are you?
Yeah, who is she really?
Well, I better get going. That macrame is not going to hitch itself.
Okay, get out of here. Not helping.
Up?
Catch you on the flip side, Vision.
Something's up, something's up.
Where's Geraldine?
Oh, she left, honey.
What happened? No, what happened? Okay, suspicious. Oh, and now we're going to 69. Okay, interesting. Where did they send her? What? Back to like modern day, like this looks like a regular, the sign for Westview was very like faded and great song. So like military compound, yeah, what is this? And of course that's where they end it. So that was my first time watching WandaVision Season 1, Episode 3. I really enjoyed it. It felt like a great continuation from the previous 2 episodes. It definitely feels like they have jumped in time to either the 60s or 70s, and I'm curious to see if that will continue, if the next episode they're going to be in the 80s, like if they're going to do a decade per episode. I'm not too sure, but this episode definitely felt like it was influenced by the Brady Bunch. You know, we had the different title sequence, which I loved, the creativity and just the time that would take to go into something like that for a half an hour show. Like, you know, so much energy would be needed to do that, and having the different squares. If you ever seen the Brady Bunch, that's their opening intro, is to have each character come up in these little squares. This, they changed it to have the shape that we have at the end when they pull back for the credits of the WandaVision show. So that was interesting. And the house is obviously very different. And that staircase, again, if you've seen Brady Bunch, that staircase is very iconic within the show. So I like that they had that nod to classic television, you know, of the time. And of course we have Wanda, you know, have her babies in this episode, twins, Tommy and Billy. They were both able to name the child that they wanted. They had a name picked out, and I definitely wasn't expecting twins, but again, she's been pregnant for 2 episodes, and I like that they had, you know, those common tropes that we see in TV shows where she's hiding the pregnancy with a basket of fruit, or she's hiding the pregnancy with a lamp, or like all of those things. I'm sure you've seen it, you know, numerous times, a laundry basket or a big bag, or the coats that she changes, you know, and her powers switch the coat, you know, every time she has a contraction, and the house reacting to her contractions as well. and she can't really control her powers, and the rain coming down for when her water breaks, and just all of these things just out of her control. And again, being pregnant for such a short time, but of course with her and Vision both having superpowers, of course I would not expect it to be a normal 9-month pregnancy. They might have also done it for the show so that she wouldn't be pregnant for 9 episodes and then we get to the end of the season, who knows. But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was well done. And again, we're getting another sneak peek into what is actually going on. I'm not an expert in Marvel lore or Scarlet Witch or Vision's backstory. We find out in this episode that Scarlet Witch, Wanda, has a brother who was killed, and Geraldine mentions, oh yeah, he was killed by Ultron, and she kind of, stops for a moment. No one has mentioned any kind of characters. I know Ultron is a Marvel character. No one has mentioned anything like that in the entire show so far, and it kind of takes her a moment to process it. And we also haven't heard her mention her brother before, but obviously having these boys, she's thinking about her own family and remembering things, so that was interesting. And the neighbors were definitely acting suspicious, Agnes talking to Herb and just being like, oh, everybody here is, and they leave this giant blank. Of course they don't answer it, and Vision trying to figure out what they're saying, and even Herb cutting the bushes through the brick wall, something was off. And the power goes out through the entire block as well. And I know they're trying really hard to hide their powers from the rest of the town, and Geraldine not having a home and her just being there suddenly. Obviously we saw her in the previous episode as well, and her having this necklace. I didn't recognize the symbol. I'm sure it has some significance in the Marvel universe, but I didn't recognize it. Obviously it meant something to Wanda, and to see that Wanda has sent Geraldine back to the future, or back to the present day I should say, and she's obviously still in her 60s 70s clothes and is being surrounded by helicopter lights and these modern looking vehicles and this army reserve, this army base. That's kind of the first thing that came to mind, and very curious indeed. Everybody showed up, so were they expecting her to be there? It was the middle of a field, but did Wanda know where she was sending her? Was she purposely sending her back to the future? Then what does that mean? So I was very curious in the way she just tells Vision oh, she had to leave. And even when Vision is sitting down to tell her something's not right, this is going on, she almost does the rewind. We don't have that full VCR effect that we had, in the previous episode, but there was definitely a glitch, and for a second I thought the video had stopped working, but you could tell it was just Wanda not wanting to hear bad things and wanting it to be a pleasant conversation and for Vision to be more supportive. But just the fact that she could, manipulate time like that was very curious. And like I said, we had seen that in a previous episode, and obviously that's still continuing. I'm curious to see if they do a time jump in the next episode, if we're in the 80s, if the boys are going to be 10 years old. It's usually hard to work with kids, especially babies. So yeah, I don't know what their characters are in the Marvel world either. So I'm curious to see how that will come into play, but it definitely feels like things are starting to unravel a little bit quicker. We didn't have any radio, Wanda, what are they doing to you? But I feel like that was kind of replaced with Geraldine, her comment about Ultron, the necklace being sent back to, present day, and all of these things. And even the doctor's comment to me seemed a little weird, oh, I guess we won't go on vacation after all. And I don't know what that means. Why wouldn't you? It feels like he was at that house for, maybe 5 minutes, if that. I'm sure they still would have had time to make their trip. So, and the first thing it reminded me of was The Truman Show, if you've ever seen that movie. So yeah, I'm very curious to see all of these little pieces. I feel like obviously will make more sense later on. And it was very sweet and heartwarming to see Vision and Wanda struggle with being first-time parents. Wanda obviously being nervous as the babies are about to come. But of course, it's a TV show in this time period, and they can't show anything, so they just have Wanda, hidden behind the couch, and then, oh, suddenly there's a baby, and, the stork wandering around behind Geraldine as she's talking, and, her powers aren't working, she's trying to get rid of this thing, and of course it jumps right on top of the ABC blocks where a stork, would go, and blends right in. We did have another fake commercial in this episode. I apologize, I don't get the reference of this one. And same with the previous episode, I didn't really get the reference. But I like that those are in there for, diehard Marvel fans and, people who are well versed in this universe. I'm sure those are a really nice treat to have as a viewer. I am not understanding those references. I did get the first one, the first episode with Stark Industries. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm very curious to learn more. I want to watch the next episode right away and try and unravel this mystery of what's going on. And even when we had Geraldine in present day, we still had the sign for Westview, but it reminded me almost a little bit of like Back to the Future, where the sign is very faded now. And obviously we were in full color for this episode, and we did have the 4:3 switch to 69 as Geraldine goes to the future, because that's the normal aspect ratio that we have for most, TV shows and movies now. It's not in 4:3 anymore. So I'm assuming if we're just going to keep moving forward in the timeline, of decades in the show, that going forward that would be the same. I'm curious to see how these twins are going to play into this, new role of Wanda and Vision being parents, what that's going to look like, if they're going to be 10 years old in the next episode, if we're going to do an 80s theme. And I just love, the creativity, the detail that goes into it. There was still so many jokes and these puns and, fruit and, oh, that was fruitless, and, comparing the baby obviously to different sizes of fruit. Obviously that pregnancy progressed very quickly, and to see, Vision's nerves about this, being a first-time dad, the different set, the Brady Bunch. Yeah, I really love all the details and creativity that goes into this. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Oh, thank God he's a doctor. And the house looks different. Yeah, the set, everything's so cool. Yeah, what are the neighbors gonna say when suddenly she's 4 months pregnant, like they just saw her? Did she just rewind again? Like she blinked and it went back? And now it won't stop raining. All the bowls of fruit. He's like, no flying, please, just normal pace for me.